So if you look at your list of files that I gave you, there's this frog, this frog dude. So this photo here is okay. It could pop a little more. In other words, the frog kind of blends in too much with the environment, and we want to make the frog pop out a little more. So let's import this into its own artboard, and then let's mess around with this with some brushes. I'll show you how this works. So let's create a new artboard. So I'm just gonna pick, say, the bottom one here, and duplicate it. Command J. And I'm going to turn on the eyeball for it. And I'm going to turn off the eyeball for this one here and collapse it. So there's, and then space bar, drag until I see the one that has the eyeball on. So I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this brushing with overlay mode. Okay, brushing with overlay mode. First, let's understand overlay, what the overlay mode does. So I'm going to twirl that down, and I'm going to select the top layer. And I'm going to change this, instead of whatever it is, screen or whatever, change it to overlay. Well, that didn't work very well. Overlay. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Here's overlay. So every color has some black and white in it, and a combination of the two. So with overlay mode, what it does, it basically will take the darks and darken them, and take the lights and lighten them. So if there's anything like halfway dark and halfway white, it's going to be completely transparent. But anything that's really, really dark will be darkened a little bit, and anything that's really, really white will be lightened a little bit. In other words, it's a mix of multiply, which is to darken, and a mix of screen, which is to lighten. So overlay does both. Okay. So I'm just going to import another photo. So I'm going to file, place embedded, and let's bring in that frog dude. So I'm in P1 conceptual, blend mode starter, and I'm choosing the blend modes overlay frog, like so. I'm going to make him as tall as my screen, as tall as my canvas, like so. Okay. Adjust that a little bit, and hit return when you're happy with it. So if it's not inside brushing layer with overlay mode, like if you collapse that, it should be inside that. Please make sure it's inside there. Just drag it inside. So now I'm going to turn these layers off, because I actually don't need them. And so now I'm just going to look at this layer by itself. So this layer, we want to make the frog pop out a little bit.